Welcome to my channel, Happy Crochet Club. Today we will make booties for toddler size 18 to 24 months. I used Aran yarn or worsted weight yarn number 4 and 3.5 mm crochet hook. Five and a half inches or 14 centimeters. And 2.5 inches or 6.5 centimeters. Yeah, plenty space. And we can start. Start with chain 17. Skip one chain. In the next chain, second chain, 2 half double crochet. In the same chain, mark first worked stitch, next 14 half double crochet, 14 half double crochet. Last chain, in this chain 6 half double crochet. Six, next 14 stitches half double crochet. Start here, top of this half double crochet. There we have 6 and this first stitch, half double crochet. Fourteen, last stitch, here we already have 2 half double crochet. In this stitch, 2 half double crochet. In the same last stitch. Join round with slip stitch in this first worked stitch. Without slip stitch, 38 stitches. We count this half double crochet, this slip stitch I don't count. next round, chain 1, start in the same very first stitch, 2 half double crochet in the same very first stitch, mark first worked stitch, next 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, next 14 stitches, half double crochet, next 6 stitches, in each stitch 2 half double crochet, next stitch 2 half double crochet, next stitch 2 half double crochet, if too fast for you, you can change video speed on settings to slow, or just stop video, make this 6 sets and then continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we made. Next 14 stitches, half double crochet. Start in this stitch, next 2 stitches, in each stitch 2 half double crochet, for beginners, this stitch, previous round slip stitch, chain 1 and first worked stitch, join with slip stitch and first worked stitch, without slip stitch 48 stitches, chain 1, skip very first stitch, start in next stitch, skip the same, start in next stitch, half double crochet, mark first worked stitch, next 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, skip very first the same stitch, then 1 half double crochet and 2 half double crochet in the next stitch, next half double crochet, next stitch 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, Next 14 stitches, half double crochet. Next half double crochet 1, next stitch half double crochet 2 in the same stitch, and we will repeat 6 times. 1 half double crochet, next stitch 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. 1 half double crochet, next stitch 2 half double crochet. Sixth time. One set, half double crochet and 2 in next. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Next, half double crochet 14, start in next stitch, (14 stitches done). Next, 1 half double crochet, next stitch 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, next 1 half double crochet and 2 half double crochet previous round slip stitch space here, 2 half double crochet in the same space, join round with slip stitch in this first worked stitch. Without slip stitch, 58 stitches. Make wide like this. There will be space for feet. Five and a half inches, 14 centimeters, and here 2.5 inches, because we will use this will be smaller, or 6.5 centimeters. If you continue the same color, then you just continue with the same color. If you like to change color, then cut off yarn at the same place another color yarn, chain 1, this sleeve, and this one work in the same very first chain stitch here, back loop, and this next loop. We will work in these loops, 2 loops, and this one we don't used. Back loop and next loop here, single crochet, in the same very first stitch, mark first worked stitch, this white one I will work in, next back loop, and here third loop, single crochet, back loop and third loop, single crochet, next back loop and third loop, single crochet, and continue. We have to make 58 single crochet. Back loop and third loop. And continue. 58 stitches. Done. Join with slip stitch. Here looks like this. First worked stitch without slip stitch, 58 single crochet. Chain 1, start in very first in the same stitch, work in this stitch if you have 2 colors, this yarn, work in. Single crochet in the same very first stitch, mark first worked stitch, single crochet in each stitch, 58 stitches. And continue. Done. Join round with slip stitch. First worked stitch. These loops make very small to make smaller this seam. If will be big loops like this, then you can see. Try make very small when you join with slip stitch. Next, chain 1, single crochet in the same very first, mark first worked stitch, single crochet in each stitch, 58. Stitches done. Join with slip stitch, first worked stitch, make small, next chain 1, start in very first in the same stitch, single crochet, 22 stitches, mark first worked stitch, and continue 22 stitches. Done. Next stitch, half double crochet, next 2 double crochet extended together. In this first loop make chain, then join these 2 loops together. Next stitch, double crochet extended, in this first loop make a chain, these 2 loops together, and then all these 3 loops together. 1 we made, 5 more. If too fast for you, stop video, make this 6 sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next, make this flat. Half double crochet, the same level. Check this looks the same. Single crochet, 22. This first one make longer and then small. You have to look shape. If there will be smaller, then it will be like this side small and this longer stitches. You have to check. 22 single crochet done. Join round with slip stitch. This loop make small. First worked stitch. This line should be straight seam. Without this first slip stitch, 52 stitches. Chain 1. Start in the same stitch, very first, and next stitch 2 single crochet together. Mark first worked stitches. Next 17 stitches, single crochet. Continue. 17 stitches done. Next half double crochet. Next 2 together double crochet extended 6 times. Make it flat, then will be easy to make the same level. Six times done. All the stitches should be the same size. Here, if this is longer, then make short. Always this side is like hard to make. Next, half double crochet. Here also you have to check the same size. Next 17 single crochet. This first one a little bit longer and then smaller. This side is like easy to make stitches, and this side you make flat and then will be easy. 17 stitches done. Next 2 single crochet together. This last stitch, this loop makes small, and then join round with slip stitch into first worked stitch. Without slip stitch, 44 stitches. Next, chain 1, single crochet in the same very first stitch, mark first worked stitch, 15 stitches one we made, single crochet done. Next half double crochet, next 2 half double crochet together, next 2 together double crochet extended 4 times, next half double crochet 2 together, try make the same level, and next half double crochet, check, looks the same both sides, next single crochet 15, this first one a little bit longer, 15 single crochet, then join round with slip stitch. Again this loop makes small, and first worked stitch, slip stitch. Without slip stitch, 38 stitches. Chain 1, start in the same very first stitch, single crochet 12, mark first worked stitch, twelve stitches. If too fast, stop video and make this 12 single crochet. Next, half double crochet. Next, 2 half double crochet together. Next 4 sets, 2 double crochet extended together. Four times. Next 2 half double crochet together. 1, 2. Check, look the same size. Next half double crochet. Next 12 single crochet. Well done. Make small this loop and join with slip stitch into first worked stitch. Without slip stitch, 32 stitches. If you see example here longer and here smaller, then do again to try make the same size. This side always like shorter. next round, thirty two stitches without slip stitch, chain 1, skip very first the same stitch, start in next, single crochet in each stitch, 32 stitches, start in first stitch, and continue. Last stitch will be in this previous round slip stitch space. Because we skipped here one, now we have to make extra. This we do to make this seam straight. And join with slip stitch. Make small this loop in this first worked stitch. Chain 2, here will be slip stitch when we finish round in this second chain. Now double crochet in this last stitch here, I mark first worked stitch, then skip one, here we skip this, there already we have this chain 2, skip one, next stitch, double crochet, then in this skipped stitch, double crochet, skip one, next stitch, double crochet, skipped stitch, make double crochet, next skip one, next stitch, double crochet, and this skipped stitch make double crochet. Here you see busy, next skip and next stitch make double crochet, and then in this skipped stitch double crochet, and continue. Done. Join with slip stitch. Here first marked stitch, but this time we make in a second chain, we made chain 2, and then here slip stitch. In this second chain, chain 1, start this first stitch where was just marked, single crochet, (32 stitches), and continue in each stitch 32. last single crochet in this previous round slip stitch space, and join with slip stitch in this first worked stitch. Next, chain 2, double crochet in this last stitch, mark first worked stitch, skip one, here busy, next skip, next stitch double crochet. Double crochet in this stitch skipped, next here you see busy, next we skip, next stitch double crochet, double crochet in this skipped stitch. And continue, skip one, next double crochet in the skipped stitch, skip one, double crochet, then double crochet in the skipped stitch. Done. Join round with slip stitch in this second chain, not first worked stitch but second chain, slip stitch, chain 1, start in the first stitch, skip this the same stitch, start in first, single crochet, mark first worked stitch, single crochet in each stitch, 32, last stitch, previous round slip stitch in this space, make single crochet, join with slip stitch in the first worked stitch. For one booties I made one round single crochet and then next single crochet, and for white ones I made 2 rounds single crochet and third round single crochet, wrong side. You decide how you like. Chain 1, start in the first stitch, in the same stitch, single crochet in each stitch, (32 stitches, start in the same stitch, and continue. Done. Join round with slip stitch, first worked stitch. Next round, last round, chain 1, turn your work, start in the same very first stitch, single crochet in each stitch. Continue. Join round with slip stitch, with first worked stitch. Done.